Hello, my name is Serafina Ramallo, and I will be interviewing my dad, Lou Ramallo. Can you please state your full name, first, middle, and last?
Louis, Louis, Felipe, Filite, Ramallo, Ramalho.
Can you please state the year that you were born?
June 11th, 1964.
Can you also state where you were born?
I was born in Lisbon, Portugal.
And last question, can you please state where you currently live?
I currently live in at 2348 Walton Road, Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania.
Thank you. Could you please tell me your journey to America and what it was like?
It was by airplane in August 1972. We arrived at the New York JF Kennedy Airport, and my first impression was of huge cars I hadn't seen before in the past, and blonde-haired people, and also, uh, I'm not going to say,
Okay.
and African American people as well. I had never seen people like that.
Okay. What was it like trying to adjust to new languages and different schooling?
It was very difficult. I had to go to a special school, an immigration for immigrants, uh, in downtown Philadelphia, on Third and right behind Third and Chestnut, and I had to take a bus and the subway to get there with my sister, and it took us about an hour of commute to and from. And we had one of the worst winters we had in Philadelphia area at the time, and I had never seen snow as well, and it was very cold, and I was very miserable, and I wanted to go back to Portugal.
What did you expect of the United States?
I had no expectations whatsoever. My parents did. I didn't have any. Uh,
So, like, you didn't know what it was going to be like coming over. You just had a blank space. Like, you didn't know.
yeah, I had no. I was 8 years old. I had no clue what it'd be like.
Okay. How was your life in Portugal different from your life in the U.S.?
Yeah, life in Portugal was at when I was 8 or under was different because I would walk to school. Um,
And this is in Portugal?
this is in Portugal. I would walk to school. Um, I would play with my friends. I would go to the park, nearby park, and play. Um, and uh, and my aunt would take care of me. She was like my nanny. She took care of me. She'd take me to school, pick me up. And when I came to the U.S., my life was upside down because now my parents were both working. My aunt was not here, and I would have to take care of myself. Pretty much get up in the morning, put my dressing myself, uh, feeding myself breakfast, and getting to school by myself.
Your parents were here with you. They just were working all the time.
Right. Back in Portugal, my parents were working, but my aunt was like my nanny. She would take care of me. She took me to school and picked me up. So here, I was on my own to do all those to take to get myself up, get to school, get dressed, eat, and go to school, come back from school. And I had no one to help me with my studies because no one knew English. So I was pretty much on my own.
Okay. How would you describe America to people in your home country?
I would describe America to be a land of opportunity to those that want to work hard. Uh, it's a land that is governed by the rule of law, and even though there's corruption, it's nowhere near to the extent and magnitude of other countries like in Europe and other third world countries. So it gives us the opportunity to be able to thrive and succeed if you work hard.
Okay.
because there's equal opportunity for everyone.
We're going to move on to the veteran questions. Okay. How old were you when you joined the Marines, and what made you want to be a part of this?
I joined the Marine Corps when I was 17 years old, going on 18. And the reason I decided to join is because there were four of us who were close friends, and we had gone to grade school, high school together. And one of us decided that he wanted to go in the Marine Corps, so we all decided to go along and continue our journey together as friends.
So since one person decided, you all decided.
Yes, like one person decided to jump off the bridge,
Yeah,
we all decided
good.
to jump off the
That's
bridge,
good.
which is not a good a good theme to follow, but in this instance, it was for me.
Where did you receive your basic training? Tell me about that experience.
Basic training or boot camp was done in in Paris Island, South Carolina, and it was a 12-week program. Went down there during the summer, very hot, and it was very grueling, but very rewarding as well. And it was one of my proudest moments in life to be a United States Marine.
Could you please tell me about your military life, like the food, rules, hours, dwellings, friends, etc.? Just like basic things about your military life, like what you liked about it. What was it like staying there, not being at home with your family? Was the food good?
The food was horrible, but the experience was great because I got to travel. I was with a special unit in the Marine Corps called the United States Reconnaissance, and I got to travel to approximately 22 countries all over the world. Um, and I had a secret clearance, even though I was an American citizen, and I had a U.S. passport. Can you believe that?
No.
No, but because I needed to have, because of the unit that I was in and the expertise that I had, they needed me to perform certain functions, and I needed to travel and have a secret clearance. So even though I was not a naturalized U.S. citizen, they still gave me a passport in order to be able to perform my function. So I learned then it's not necessarily what you know, but it's who you know.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Which war were you a part of?
I was part of I was in the Beirut conflict.
Okay, and like what
Beirut,
was
Lebanon, which was the first terrorist attack on U.S. Soldiers.
Yeah. What was the most memorable moment in that war for you, if you have one?
Most memorable moment?
Yeah.
There weren't many memorable moments because I lost a lot of good friends.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is one of the four that went in with me. And a lot of other friends that I had trained with that were there. Uh, I had volunteered to be part of that group, the initial group that was in those barracks and died as a result of bombing. And the only reason I didn't get selected is because there was another kid from my class who had one more strike than I did. I was a private first class, and he was a lance corporal, and they took him over me. And by God's grace, I'm still here.
So you would say there wasn't really necessarily a most memorable moment?
I think the most memorable moment, if I had to choose a memorable moment, was to see young kids in the streets shooting at me.
That's
which
crazy.
was kind of an eye opener that these little kids, who were probably 8 to 12 years old, were fighting and shooting at us, and that was kind of memorable because
They were so young.
you have a little kid that's trying to do something who's being put to do that by people that are a lot older than they, but are cowards, and they're putting their kids in harm's way.
What was it like becoming a recon Marine? And if possible, could you please explain like a little bit about your experience?
Being a recon Marine is the elite of the elite. They call the Marine Corps the elite fighting force, and then the Marine Corps is the elite of the elite. To get in, you had to be selected through grades, through academic achievement, and also through physical achievement. Um, as a result of being selected, I got to travel to 22 countries. I became a Navy diver, also an explosive expert and small arms expert. And I also did other skydiving, other helicasts, doing operations. And I think the most challenging thing was doing submarine operations.
Submarine operations. What was that like?
It was very tight space. You had to lock out of a air chamber to go out into the ocean and conduct a reconnaissance mission without being detected at night. So it's very cramped, very dangerous, very it's got to be very precise. Everybody has to be on the same on the same page. Everybody knows what they're doing. Otherwise, it can become very, very catastrophic in a very short period of time.
How long were you in the submarine?
We did submarine. Part of our training was to do submarine operations.
Oh.
And I was a recon Marine for 3 to 4 years. I was in the Marine Corps.
The last question, can you explain any of the life lessons you've learned from becoming a Marine?
The life lessons
Yeah.
of being a Marine. The life lessons I learned from being a Marine is that dedication, discipline, and hard work get you far in life. And I'm very grateful for having become a Marine because it taught me those attributes of being disciplined, working hard, staying focused despite whatever might come up, and whatever life throws at you. You have to just keep fighting, even when you are down. You've got to get back up on your feet and continue to work and continue to fight.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.